Come on. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Here's my phone. Just a second. I'll be right back.
Hello. Hello again. Nice. Hello.
Hi.
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 Good morning.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
I'm tired.
Okay.
You're so automatic.
We're missing a few friends.
Everybody's still in the chat.
Okay, we're going to actually talk about the chat.
I had to add this computer out here.
Okay, we're missing just a few friends. Okay, until I'm going to go ahead and say this because we have most of our class here. The chat is nice for Mrs. Shade because if you need help, it's a quick and easy way for you to get my attention. However, we had some friends misusing it earlier. I got 50 emails in about a 3-minute span, which was overwhelming to me. Because I thought, oh my goodness, something is going wrong in my classroom. Okay? So what I need from you is you only use that chat feature on the stream if you are having a problem. Okay? If you need my help. Because I don't need to get 50 emails of people saying things like, hi, hi. I don't need that. Okay? So it's very, very, very important that you literally only use the chat feature on the stream to tell me a question that you have so I can answer it, okay? Because not only does it go to my email, but it's an announcement on my phone. And so, again, my phone is going crazy. Jadion.
Yeah, why did somebody decide to just send you something just saying Hot Wheels?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Jadion. Do you think that was a little frustrating to Mrs. Shade?
Yeah, it was a little
Yes,
confusing.
very much so. Okay, so that stream, I have the ability of leaving the stream on or turning it off. And if just one person is misusing it, I can mute that person, which means that person will no longer be able to post on the stream. Would that be a bad deal if they have a question and then they can't get to me? Yep. Okay, so it's very, very, very important that you use that stream not to say hi to your friends, not to ask your friends what they're doing, not to tell everybody that you're bored. It's used to only ask Mrs. Shade questions so I can get back to you. Okay, like Ryan yesterday, Ryan had a question about lunches, about whether or not the school was providing lunches like they did in the spring. That was perfectly fine for him to ask. Okay, when Mrs. Shade was having Zoom call problems the other day, it would have been perfectly fine for you to say, Mrs. Shade, I don't see you. Is it time for us to get on yet? That's okay to do. But just to type randomness into the stream is not okay. And I will mute you if you continue to do that. Okay, which means then you won't be able to ask me questions if you have a question. Okay, I'm not going to mute everybody because of one person's mistakes though. Okay, so, but if you're one that's just typing randomness into it, just know that Mrs. Shade will mute you and then you won't be able to do it. Okay, so I'm going to, we have almost everybody in, but not quite. And so,
Hi, Miss Shade.
Hi, Cameron. I'm glad that you made it on. So what I'm going to do is I want to share my screen because first thing I want to do is, sorry, I'm having to move things around so I can, sorry, my screen is different for some reason. All right, I'm going to bring this one over. Okay, so I'm going to share this screen. So, oh, no, I don't think I shared. Are you guys seeing Google Classroom right now? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Okay, perfect. it is doing something weird on my end. Hold on. I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a second until I figure out what's going on, because it's flashy on my end. It's not keeping straight. Oh, okay, there. Now it's clear again. Okay. Okay, try again. I'm going to try sharing my screen. All right. Now, do you see our virtual classroom? Give me a thumbs up if you do. Yes? Okay, so your assignment, of course, was to go to the classwork and to share pictures. Now, because I'm the teacher of this, I can see everybody's that they turned in. So I'm going to click on that now so I can see everybody's. Okay, so here's everybody's. Okay, and I can see in the little things that people have sent their pictures in. Okay, you can't see that because you're not the teacher. You can only see yours, but I can see everybody's. Okay, so I can see that everybody except for, looks like Kenzie, Declan, and Cameron have done it so far. Okay, so if you've not done it, take some time today to do it. If you don't understand what to do, you can stay on a little bit after with me and I'll help you. Okay, now this is the step that Mrs. Shade forgot to show you. Oh my goodness, very important step. So I'm actually going to have to get out of our classroom and I'm going to go into Mrs. Knoll's practice classroom so I can show you the student side of it, because otherwise I'm in there as a teacher. Okay, so you're not going to see this one. This is not one you're going to see. This is just Mrs. Shade practice classroom, okay? See how it says practice? So, Mrs. Knoll posted this one, which is a slide one as well. For me.
Turning outside.
Okay, make sure you have yourself muted, okay? So you'll see here that if I got into it to work, here's me working. When I'm done, I'm going to click close on that tab. And then when I'm at that assignment, it says turn in here. That's an important part that I forgot to tell you. Okay. So when you're back at our classroom, when you click on the assignment, before you click on the link down below, it should have a turn in button, a blue turn in button somewhere up here in this corner. Okay. So I need you to make sure that you go back to the Google Classroom and turn it in, okay? Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now. Okay, questions. Anybody have a question about that, Ryan? Unmute yourself, babe, and tell me.
I forgot.
Okay. Anybody else have a question about turning stuff in? No? Everybody's good? Okay, perfect. So, now with that being said, we are going to, oh, I keep losing my cursor. There it is. Okay. With that being said, you are going to have a second assignment this afternoon. Okay. So I'm going to actually share my screen again. Okay. So here we are in our classroom, and let me move this out of the way. Okay. Here we are in our classroom. You're going to click on classwork. Okay. And you're going to go down here and we're going to talk about the first few together, okay? And I'm going to, but then you're going to go do this individually, okay? So this is your assignment this afternoon. So you're going to click on I can do Google Slides. Whoops, try that again. And then, of course, you're going to click on the assignment. Now, when you get into this, there are many different slides teaching you many different steps for what you need to learn in Google Slides. But there is an instructional video on the video, okay? So you can leave it like this, where you can see all the slides off to the side, or you can click present, which then it makes it full screen like that. Either way is okay, okay? If you want to get out full screen, you have to hit that escape button in the top right-hand corner, all right? So then I'm gonna play this first video, just the first few seconds, just so you can see it. Okay, and if you want, oh, I'm gonna pause it. If you want to make it full screen, just use this box down here that makes it full screen, okay? So, oh, there's extra videos. We don't want that. Here we go.
Your first challenge. Are you ready? For the first challenge, you're going to type your first name into this box. But I don't expect you to know how to do that yet, so I'm going to teach you. You ready? Okay, put your best listening ears on. Here we go. This right here is called a text box. Now, if I click on it one time, I'm going to have these blue lines and little squares around it. And that shows that I've selected it, but it's not ready for me to type there yet. For me to be able to type in there, I need to see a blinking line. And that means I have to click it twice. And I have to click it a little bit fast. Let me show you what I mean. I have to go click, click. Now I see my blinking line. Let me show you that again. I'm going to click on here, and I have to click pretty fast. Boom, boom. There's my blinking line. If I don't click fast enough, my blinking line won't show up. Now I'm ready to type. Now we're on to our next problem.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it there because I want you to finish watching it on your own, okay? But notice this one is telling you how to type in a text box because that's something you're going to need to know how to do this year. Whoops, let Mrs. Shea get out of that, sorry. So I forgot I needed to hit escape to get out of that full version, okay? So here I am off to the side, and I'm going to click on the next box. Now the next box is practicing dragging and dropping. Now we've done that a lot because of coding in the past, but just as a little extra practice since you've never done it in your, sorry, I'm gonna pause for just a second, guys, because I think I have somebody else in my waiting room and I can't find that control. So I'm gonna stop sharing for just a second just so I can see. Oh, nope, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna reshare my screen. My apologies. Okay, so I know that we've done drag and drop in the past with coding, but I want to make sure you know how to do it correctly in Google Slides because, again, we're going to use that feature a lot this year, okay? Same with knowing how to draw lines between things because especially when we get to math things, you'll need to know how to draw lines. So this video here will show you that. This one is adding color to shapes. Again, something that you're going to need to know how to do. This one is tracing over things online or on the board, mainly because we're going to be using our touch feature some throughout. Now, if you're using a device at home that doesn't have a touch feature, you can still do it by using your mouse, but watch the video, okay? And then this one is inserting a picture. Now, you already know how to insert a picture from the camera, right? We already did that. So this one should be really easy for you because we already did that. And then this one is changing your font and your size of your font because sometimes your font may not be the font that you want and you want to change it. And then this last one is making sure that you have completed everything. So you're just gonna drag the checkbox into it every time you're done, okay? Thumbs up if you understand. Okay, now I saw some hands raised. I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna, so you can see me and I can see you. Okay, Adrian, I see you have a question.
So how do we get to Google Slides again?
That is your next assignment in Google Classroom, okay? So when you click into Google Classroom, it's the next assignment down, okay? Lila, you have a question?
So with like the so when we're on it on like the one where we do the picture, do we find one online or do we take like a picture of like ourselves?
So if you read the instructions, it says take a picture of your favorite food. So
Okay.
I'm okay if you find it online or if you have it to hang or to hold up and show. Okay, either way it's fine. Because like maybe your favorite food is bananas, but you don't have any bananas at your house right now. If you can find a picture online, then you can use it. Okay? Okay. Good question. Anybody else? Questions? Yes, Constance.
What time do we get back on at?
So remember, in the afternoon, normally we would do small group for math because in that big block of time that you all were probably like, that picture taking thing took 3 minutes and now we have nothing to do, right? Normally in that block of time, you are going to have a math video that you have to watch, and you're going to have a science video and assignment that you're going to have to watch. And then during this time, it would be small group math time. So that's why it's so important that you watch your math video in that big block of time that we're gone, because when we get into small groups for math, then I'm going to help you work out the problems that you didn't understand when it comes time to meeting together, okay? So I know it feels like we are like, we're not doing anything this week, right? But really, truly, we are. We're learning the things that we need to know how to do the stuff. So when we are doing lessons, we actually know how to do it, okay? So you have a lot of extra free time this week that you won't have once we start with curriculum next week, okay? Because again, next week, I'm gonna just break it down really fast. Next week, we would have morning meeting, that's everybody. And then you would have, if you're in reading group, you of course are doing reading group with me. If you're not in reading group, you're doing your reading assignment, and then we swap, okay? And then you have your math video to watch, you have your science video and assignment to watch and do, and then we come back for a math small group, and so I have you in small group, either math or, again, swap-a-roo. You would be doing a math lesson and then writing. So today, I'm going to give you time to work on those Google Slides, but you need to know that normally you're gonna have a lot of things you gotta keep up with once we get going, okay? Now, I know this is new for me. I know it's new for you, so I'm trying to take it a little bit slow because I don't want anybody to get overwhelmed by too much stuff, okay? Adrian, I see you have your hand raised, babe.
So we're turning in the glasses picture thing today?
Please.
Isn't that right? Okay, just making sure.
Yes, so when you get off here with me, you will turn in the glasses one, okay? You'll get into, I can do Google Slides, do all those different slides, and then go back to the assignment in Google Classroom and turn it in, okay? Okay, Alexander, I see your hand is raised.
I didn't know what to do because I kind of just logged on.
Okay, so let me see if I can do a quick recap for you, okay? So first things first, we talked about the stream only being used for talking to Mrs. Shade about questions, not to just say hi or that's funny or what'd you have for breakfast. That's not what that's for, because not only does it send me an email, but it sends a message to my phone because I have it set up that way. So if a kid is struggling on something, I immediately know, okay? And I then can respond back as quickly as possible. However, if you're putting nonsense on there, then it's a big mess for Mrs. Shea, okay? And I can turn somebody off from that. So if you're misusing it, I will just make it where you can't comment on it, okay? And I don't want to have to do that because I want you to be able to use that since we can't email, okay? So make sure that you're using the stream correctly. The other thing is I forgot to show how to turn things in. Did you see that part? No? Okay. So this is one thing that I guess I should have gone over before and I didn't, because a lot of the times I'm having to repeat myself because for whatever reason, and I'm going to go ahead and repeat myself today. But from here on out, I will be posting our videos every afternoon. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I was 10 minutes late to our meeting and I missed something really important, this video of our class and all the questions that everybody had I will post it on our Google Classroom. And so then if you need to go back and watch it so you know how to do something, it will be there, okay? But Alexander, to show you right now, I'm gonna go ahead and, so for everybody else, thanks for being patient, because again, this is a part of the learning together, okay? So Alexander, I'm gonna show, oh, hold on, what's my computer doing? Okay, I'm gonna try this one. I don't know if it'll work, if it'll be the right one or not, because can you see my Google Classroom, yes or no? Thumbs up or thumbs down? No. Okay, I'm gonna say unshare. My computer keeps switching what screen is my main screen, so it's really confusing to me. Okay, let's try again. Share screen. Screen one. Let's see if that works. Okay, now can you see the assignment in Google Classroom? Yes? Okay, yay. Okay, so Alexander, here we go. First things first, Mrs. Shade forgot to tell you how to turn in your assignment. So you'll click on your sunglasses, okay? Oh, I can't do it from this view. I have to go to the practice classroom to show you because I'm a teacher on that one. Okay, so when you click on an assignment, after you've done it, you have to come back into the assignment and click turn in right here, okay? So of course you would click into the Google Slides to do the assignment, and this is an assignment you did. This is one that Mrs. Knoll's doing, okay? But once you're done, you click out of that tab, and then you have to click turn in here. There's not a turn in button on the slide itself, okay? Alexander, were you here for the I Can Do Google Slides assignment? Did you see that part? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs down. Okay, so here I'm gonna get back. I'm still sharing my screen, so I'm gonna, oh, no, try again. Google Classroom. So here's our class. So this afternoon, you're gonna click into classwork and you're going to go to I Can Do Google Slides, okay? And you're gonna click on the slide, and then on each video or on each slide, it has a video to watch, and then you're gonna do what it says, okay? On every single slide, there's a video to watch and you do what it says, okay? Lila, I see you have a question.
Okay, so for the sunglasses assignment, I actually already turned it in.
I saw that, good job. You're a step ahead, okay? So no worries there. Any other questions? Yes, Jadion.
I went to the Google Slides to try and turn my sunglasses picture in, but nothing that said turn in.
Okay, make sure you did not actually click on the slide. It just needs to be the assignment. So like when you click on the sunglasses slide, it'll pop up a new tab. You don't want to be in that new tab. You want to be on the original one.
There was nothing on the original one.
Okay, let me see if I can. Lila, since you already shared, or since you already turned yours in, you know where to go, right? Oh, you're muted, baby.
Kind of forgot how I did it, but
Muted, okay. Because was there anybody else that turned it in? Addie, you turned it in. Do you think you know it well enough to show everybody?
I don't remember either, but I turned it in.
Okay. I was hoping that there would be somebody that knew how to do it, and boy, we'd have you share your screen. So, because again, it's hard when I'm doing it from my side. But I'm gonna, here, this is what I'll do. I'll share that screen again of the assignment that Mrs. Knoll gave. Cameron, what's your side words thumb for? You gotta unmute yourself.
I don't know. I was just playing with myself.
Oh, okay. Alec, do you have a question? Or you know how to do it?
I know how to do it.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, Alec, is I'm going to make it to where you can share, okay? Let's see. Okay, so Alec, when you go down to your bottom screen now, do you see a green share screen button?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you share your screen. We're gonna test this out. We're gonna see if it works. So, do you see when you click share screen how it gives you an option of sharing your Google Classroom tab. Do you see that? Or did you have
Yeah.
Google Classroom open?
It says there's one that says sunglasses pickle ground.
Yeah. Will you click on that one? And then it will share to everybody, or at least it should. We hope. Fingers crossed. Oh, yay. He's doing it. Okay. So everybody see here. So Alec, will you actually click back onto Shade 2021 so it takes everybody back to the very first part? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, up there in the corner where it says Shade 2021, up in the left-hand corner, where it takes you back to the main screen.
I can't see it.
Oh, you can't see it? Okay. So, well, that's perfectly fine where you're at, Alec. We're going to just leave it there. So see how Alec, it says sunglasses pick, but over here on the right-hand side, it says your work. Alec, can you put it on your work? Is it big enough that you can see that? Yeah, perfect. So that's his work. This is the thing that he worked on where it says Alex Chavez, but then underneath right now his says unsubmit because he already turned it in. Go ahead and click that, Alec, and we're going to click it again, okay? So yeah, go ahead and click unsubmit. That's fine. So if you've not turned in your work yet, it's going to say turn in here, okay? Now the reason it gives you the unsubmit option is, let's say you did something on it and then you were like, oh, I didn't do that right. Or, oh, Mrs. Shade explained it better and I need to change my answer. It gives you the option of changing, okay? But then once you're done, you need to click turn in. So go ahead and click turn in, Alec. And then it says, are you sure you want to turn this in? And of course you are, so you click turn in. If you weren't, then you click cancel. Awesome. Thank you, Alec. Good job sharing your screen. Okay, so Alec, you're going to go down to the bottom and you're going to click where it says share screen. You're going to say stop sharing. Do you see that?
I don't see. It's not at the bottom of my screen.
It's not. Okay, so minimize your Google Classroom and then go back to your Zoom call. Yep, minimize that. And then go back to your Zoom call at the very bottom.
Stop, Eric.
And I'm going to change it just to me being able to share, and that might boot you off as well. Okay, I think that stopped sharing his screen. Good. Okay, so that's where you're going to turn it in. That was very helpful to be able to have somebody in the class show it because, again, Mrs. Shade's view is different.
Yeah, I thought it was mine.
That was pretty cool, right? Okay. So, this afternoon, I need you to complete, I can do Google Slides, and if you haven't turned in your sunglasses picture, turn your sunglasses picture in, okay? So, a couple things I want to cover though. If you won, so Zoom was having issues 2 days ago. Thankfully, we weren't on 2 days ago, but they were having issues, meaning the company had problems, and so no one was able to use Zoom. So who thinks they might know what you could do if Zoom was down that day and it would not work? What do you think you could do in our time if we couldn't meet on a Zoom call? What do you think? Raise your hand and tell me. Addie, tell me, what do you think?
I think that you could email your teacher.
Okay, let's say Mrs. Shade posts on the classroom page, Zoom is down, no meeting this morning. What could you do instead with your time? Adrian, what do you think?
I'm not sure. Maybe we could email Zoom or something.
Nope, they're such a big company, they would already know that it was having a problem. I'm talking about what you could do with that free time that you all of a sudden had. Lila, what do you think?
Maybe we could like make some like math paper, like our parents or something could like make some like math papers at home to do and stuff.
Absolutely. You could practice math facts. You could find a book to read. You could draw a drawing, right? All of those things are things that you can do if you don't have a Zoom call, okay? So if Zoom is down, I don't want you to be like, oh, well, nothing today, okay? I want you to be thinking, what can I do to expand my brain today, okay? If it's getting onto coding, you could do that. If it's reading a book, you could do that. If it's listening to a book, you could do that. If it's practicing math or going to ST Math, all of those things are things that you can do if you're not on Zoom with Mrs. Shea, okay? Eric.
Email teachers for assignments.
Well, am I going to push out assignments to you if you have assignments? Yes. Okay, so you don't need to email me about that, because if you have an assignment in something, it's going to be there in our Google Classroom already. Okay, but if you're in the Google Classroom and you're like, oh, I haven't done that yet, can you go ahead and work on it? Yep, if it's for that day and you've not done it, go ahead and do it. Now, like, there might be some reading assignments that I push out for Tuesday. I mean, it's a Tuesday lesson, but I push it out on Monday evening because that's where I'm at and I'm working on it. Should you go ahead and do Tuesday's lessons? Some of them you could, like the science ones, I'd be fine with. But like some of the reading ones, they might be ones that we have to discuss together in a small group. So it just depends, okay? If it looks like something that Mrs. Shade is like, yep, that's something you can do independent, yeah, go ahead and do it. But I am going to really, really try to post all of our assignments first thing in the morning, like at 7:30 in the morning. And that way you have everything for that day posted right then and there for you, okay? So then if you are an early riser, like my husband, and you wanna do some work from 7:30 until 9, it'll be there for you, okay? Okay. Ryan, I see a hand.
It's actually a comment.
Okay.
I actually wake up at 7-ish.
Okay, so again, if you want to do some of those things in the morning time instead of waiting till the afternoon, I'm perfectly fine with that, okay? Kinsey, I see your hand raised. Oh, you're not unmuted, Kinsey.
If Zoom's not working, maybe you can, like, when it's working, maybe, or if it doesn't work, maybe you can watch it back later.
Yes, absolutely. If it's, but I mean, like, let's say it's down for everybody and it doesn't even record, because I couldn't, even Mrs. Shea couldn't get on, then yes, you just would do those other things. But if, let's say, just your internet's not working, yes, you can absolutely watch the call later, okay? Rylan.
Maybe your parents could print out a paper, like if you told us an assignment that yesterday before it wasn't working, they could have printed it out.
Right, and so that's where it's nice that Google Classroom and Zoom are not connected, because if Zoom is down, that doesn't mean Google Classroom is going to be down, okay? So you'd still be able to access those things on Google Classroom, okay? Alexander, you have a question? Okay.
What if, like, the whole entire internet's down and, like, you can't even turn on your computer, not, like, for, like, 1 second?
Don't drop your, like,
Oh, I've got some friends that need to mute themselves. Normally, the internet is not going to be down for everyone, unless we had like a big tornado that came through and tore up all the lines. Normally, if somebody's internet goes down, it's normally just on their road that it goes down, and then they send the company out to fix it.
my last name, that's my middle
Or
name.
if you live down in a valley, a lot of times people will have a hard time getting internet service because they live down the valley. But it's not normally going to be all of us at the same exact time not having internet, okay? Eric, you have a question? Did you forget?
I actually forgot it.
Okay, well, if you think of it, raise your hand again. Rylan, you have a question? No? Okay. Cameron, you have a question?
Oh, dang it, I forgot. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so remember, if you have a question that has to do with our class, you can ask me on the stream. Otherwise, you should not be posting things on the stream, okay? No, what's your favorite animal? No, what did you have for breakfast? No, I'm bored. All those things, you just need to keep those up here or tell them to somebody in your home. Don't
Okay.
put them on our stream, okay?
Okay.
So my friends, if we get off the Zoom call and then you're like, oh my gosh, I remember my question, ask it on the stream. That's fine. If it's a question about our class, but don't just put random stuff on. Eric, you got a question?
I found out how to, you know how you were talking about the space bar thing?
Yes.
You have to hold it a little bit.
Okay.
To mute.
So what Eric is sharing is while we're on our Zoom call, if you want to unmute yourself, you can tap the space bar, but he says you have to hold it for just a second for it to do it. So everybody don't make noise, but just go ahead and practice tapping to unmute and mute yourself. Okay, I'm seeing lots of people's mutes going off and on. So Lila, is yours working that way? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, go ahead and mute yourself back. Adrian, I see you have a question.
It's actually something that I figured out. I noticed if you hold it, so if I hold, you have to hold it down for as long as you're gonna say it.
Oh, it doesn't just automatically hold it as, or keep it as, interesting. Okay, so good to know. So like if you have yourself muted and you want to say something, so if Mrs. Shade says, okay, Adrian, what do you have to, or what question do you have? He'll hold his space key down while he's talking. And then once he lets go of it, then it goes back to mute. Good to know. Okay, any other questions before we go? Okay, so you have the turning in of your sunglasses, and I can do Google Slides assignment to do this afternoon. Okay? Adrian.
Do we turn it in
Please.
for the day, the slides?
Yes, always turn in and everything. Sorry I didn't show that before, but yes, any assignment that you complete, go ahead and turn in. Okay?
Okay.
Addie?
What time are we getting back on?
Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Good question, though. Any other questions? Okay, so I will post on the stream because we did have a few friends that didn't make it back on this afternoon for whatever reason, who knows. But I will post on the stream. See you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Make sure to turn in both of those assignments just in case somebody on here missed it or just in case whoever didn't show up can see it. Okay, Bella, I see you have a question, baby.
Are we done for the day or?
Done on Zoom for the day. You still need to go do your I can do Google Slides, okay?
Yes.
So we're done for the day.
So
Besides
Sebastian,
the Google slide.
Yep. Okay. Now, in the future, when we start doing curriculum, this would be time that I would be doing writing, but I want, like I said, I'm easing you guys out, okay? All right. So everybody unmute and say your goodbyes. Bye.